Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar. There we go. Presented to you by Costa Rica Health Travel Services and Dr. Victor Urzola. Today's webinar is the new medical tourism for plastic surgery. And you can listen in on your computer speakers or you can dial in at the number on your screen with the access code and you'll be able to listen from your telephone. My name is Andres Mora. I'm the Patient Services Director at Costa Rica Health Travel. I've been with the company for about a year and a half, and it's been a great experience. I've met people from all walks of life and from many parts of the U.S. and Canada, and so I've made many friends working in medical tourism. It's been a great experience, and it's just a great new trend that we hope you can enjoy and you can take advantage of in the next few weeks or months. Now, we'd like to talk to you a little bit about plastic surgery today. Basically, we know that there are three main reasons why people look for plastic surgery solutions. The first being aging. The second one is the mommy makeover, and the third one is reconstructive surgery for patients who are have gone through cancer treatment or weight loss surgery and have lost a lot of weight and need to take care of the loose skin that will be the result of that a massive weight loss. So those are the three main reasons why people usually come to us looking for plastic surgery information. Now, most people, when they start thinking about plastic surgery and looking for alternatives, they will start their search locally. So they look for a local doctor, or they ask friends and family if they know anybody that they can refer. And the process is clearly simple in terms of making a few phone calls and trying to get appointments. But most patients that have traveled to Costa Rica, their biggest concern or their biggest uh, issue with the process in or locally are number one, the waiting times. They usually complain that just to get an appointment they have to wait 2 or 3 months just to get the first appointment. So they know that usually they need to have that surgery performed within a time frame, and those waiting times do not allow them to do so. The second issue that they find is the pricing issue. We all know that hospitalization costs in the U.S. and Canada are very high, and so it is quite a bit of money that they have to pay in order to have their surgeries performed in the States or in Canada. And number three is probably their biggest concern is the quality of the service. Um, I've spoken to patients whose biggest complaint is the fact that the doctor sees them for the first time and the consultation takes half an hour. So they are not able to express and explain to the doctor in detail what they want and what they expect from their procedure. And so there's a lot of frustration once the patient goes in and meets with the doctor. On the other hand, there's medical tourism, which presents itself as a great alternative to local medicine. But once you go into medical tourism, if you don't have a referral, if you don't have or know somebody who has gone through this process before, the first step will probably be a web search. And once you go into the web, you'll find thousands upon thousands of different alternatives for medical tourism, including from 10 to 12 different countries around the world that have a medical tourism infrastructure. You'll find within those countries many destinations. And once you go into the destinations, you'll find a great number of providers, such as clinics, doctors, and facilitators. So it is a big search in terms of time consumption and in terms of focusing on trying to get this information. So most people get frustrated from the get go. Now, once you understand your options, there are three main types of programs that people look for. The first one is the self arranged medical tourism program, where the patient will go and find their own doctor. They will find all of the transportation solutions, the lodging, recovery facility, and they will take care of everything. Now, I have no problem with self-arranged medical tourism programs. However, if you're going to a country that is different from yours, if you're going to be finding yourself within a different culture, it is always recommended that you have somebody there for you, and kind of an advocate. And that's what we do ourselves. But it is important to have somebody there next to you who will help you throughout the entire process. The second type of program is the program that is arranged through the clinic or the hospital, where the patient will call the clinic and say, I want to have my surgery with this doctor. They will have their consultation, and then the clinic will help them pretty much organize their medical tourism program. However, I have some serious reservations on this, because the clinics are great with medicine, but they're not that great with tourism. So, you're asking somebody who's great at something to do something else for you, which is probably not their strength. So there are some issues there that we've seen with patients who, they find themselves in a position where there's not a lot of support, and it is very basic for it's one of the basic things of medical tourism to have that support. And the third option is the one-stop shop, where you'll have basically a company that will help you coordinate everything. They will give you an all inclusive solution, and it's going to be coordinated by a single point of contact. So once you provide the medical information, this one stop shop will be able to come back to you with a consultation with the doctor, and you provide the photographs, and the doctor will be able to pretty much design a treatment alternative for you. And then once that is taken care of, the travel package is then designed, where you will have, depending on your needs, a recovery facility. You will have transportation to and from your appointments, transportation to and from the airport, and pretty much that type of support. And then once you agree to that, an itinerary will be designed for you, where you'll be able to see everything that will happen on a day-to-day basis. And the last two steps are, of course, the implementation, where you make the trip, and the follow up once you go back home and start your second phase of recovery. You will have that support as well. Now, there's one thing that we feel that differentiates us from other competitors, from other medical tourism companies out there, and that is the human touch. Um, we when we talk about human touch, and when we sat down about a year and a half ago and started designing our programs, the first question we asked ourselves was, what would we like to see if our mother or our wife or our sister had to travel abroad for treatment? And so, keeping that in mind, we designed a medical tourism program that basically covered every single aspect of the patient's stay, so that at no point they had to fend for themselves in the country. And so we came up with three very specific goals. And those are understanding that the patient is here to put their life on our hands. That's first and foremost. Second is acting as an advocate for the patient at all times. And third is that feeling of being family away from home. We have developed incredible relationships with prior patients who we keep in touch through phone and email, and they send us photographs of their new life, and they every time a kid is born, or a nephew is born, they send us the photographs, and we just keep in touch, and we have developed a great relationship. And then, of course, they will tell their friends and their family that if they want to go through medical tourism, they have to give us a call. So, which is it is just a great thing, because we understand that the power of the human touch is what makes the big difference in a medical tourism um, program. Okay, we have come up with five simple reasons to consider traveling for medical tourism. We feel that these are very simple but very strong reasons why you should consider it. The first one is, of course, price. We in Costa Rica, for example, we have lower hospitalization costs. We have lower doctor fees. The cost of medications, of implants, and other surgical materials and supplies is much lower. So that enables us to provide patients with a cost effective solution. Um, we've seen differences anywhere from 30 to 75% in prices, and it depends on where you live, what part of the country you live in. But it generally the price difference is very very big. The second one is service. We know and we understand that we have the capability of providing superior service to our patients. Doctors will take longer times with patients to basically understand exactly what they're looking for. Facilitators, such as our company, we provide support at all times for the patient. So we'll be there next to, walking in hand with the patient. Hospital staff and recovery staff, they are trained to provide this awesome um, out of the box service that you will not find in hospitals in the U.S. and Canada, and we can guarantee that because we have seen the results. We have seen the way that patients react to this overwhelmingly uh, good service, and it's just a great experience for them, and that's why they keep coming back. The third point here is the quality. Does cheaper mean lower quality? Not at all. We have board certified doctors in Costa Rica. Um, there's some statistics that show that over 75% of doctors finish their studies abroad. So that's a very very good thing. They go to Europe, they go to the US, they do their fellowships there, and their residence there, and so they are doctors that have been exposed to different countries, different cultures. They speak more than one language, and they have been, very well trained. The second point here is that in order to have a good medical tourism program, we must have internationally accredited facilities. And that's one of the things that is most important to us. We work for plastic surgery, we work with a clinic called Unibe. And you'll see it a little bit later. I'll have some information on Unibe Clinic, but it's certified. It belongs to a university, to a medical university, so you know you're in very good hands. And the third thing is the personalized service. There will always be somebody there for you when you are having your medical tourism experience. The, you all you have to do is pick up the phone, and you will have your facilitator or your case manager. You will have access to the doctor. You will have access to the doctor's assistant. You will have access to the certified nurse who will be taking care of you. So there are many people who play a role in medical tourism who will be there for you. So that's one of the great qualities of our service. Number four is availability. There is a broad spectrum of procedures available and shorter waiting times. Usually, we can accommodate a patient within 2 or 3 weeks after they make the decision to travel down here. So the waiting times are basically will depend on the patient and not on us because we always have space available. The fifth most important thing why people look for medical tourism is the tourism itself. Costa Rica was named world's most popular destination in recent TripAdvisor eco-friendly travel survey. So we have sun and beaches, we have adventure, we have ecotourism, we have culture, and we have relaxing tourism. You can go to the beach before your procedure. You can go to the volcanoes. You can have all sorts of fun and incredible tours to get to know Costa Rica a little bit more before you have your procedure. Now, after your procedure, that will not be possible because you will have to be in recovery, and we're very strict about that. But before, you can travel 2 or 3, 4 days before your procedure so that you can basically get to see a little bit of this fantastic country. Now, there's three simple reasons also why people do not experience medical tourism. Okay. The first one is the obvious barrier, which is language. Most people are afraid that they will travel and then they will meet with the doctor and the doctor will not understand everything they say. So that's a big issue when you're trying to put your life in somebody's hands and they don't speak your language. Fortunately for us, Costa Rica welcomes over 2.5 or 2.2 million tourists per year from North America. So there is a wide English speaking population here, and it's just normal day to day English speaking for us here in Costa Rica. So you will not encounter any types of problems when you're interacting with different players in your medical tourism program. The second point here is a legal recourse. Costa Rican laws protect the patient when malpractice is detected. There is the Alternative Disputes Resolution, which is an independent body created by the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Costa Rica, that basically will take on the case. They will look at all the evidence, and they will study the case, and they will come back with a arbitration process that basically manages the disputes in an efficient and quick manner. So even though we have not had any problems in Costa Rica in terms of malpractice, uh, this is a great thing for patients to have their own legal recourse available in case something was to go wrong. Because in the end, we're only human. Everybody here is trying to do the best they can, but of course, there's always a possibility of something going wrong. Um, God forbid that happens, but the patient must have a legal recourse in case something goes wrong. And the third part of the medical why people do not travel for medical tourism is the complexity. Unlike a regular vacation, uh, planning and designing a medical tourism program requires a lot of coordination with many different players. And that's where the one stop shop comes in, where you will only have to deal with one person who will take care of everything for you. But most people are turned off by the fact that they have to plan ahead for such a complex trip, and they are turned off by it. Now, I'd like to present to you a little bit of what we do specifically. We call it integrated medical tourism. Um, what we offer our patients is all-inclusive travel solutions that, when you add them to a medical solution, you have a medical tourism program. Okay, um, we our number one goal here is to provide a high quality and safe experience, but we take care of every single detail to make sure that that happens. Okay. For example, with all inclusive travel solutions, the patient will have airport services, they will have transportation to and from the airport, to and from their medical appointments and their post op appointments and their surgery. They will also have access to concierge, and they will have access to a recovery facility. Okay. That's part of the all inclusive recovery travel solutions. With the airport services, you will have a case manager from Costa Rica Health Travel waiting for you at the airport once you arrive. And then when you leave, we will give you, as a courtesy, access to the VIP room on your departure date, so that you don't have to wait a couple of hours in uncomfortable chairs, or in an area that is filled with people. You can go and relax at the VIP lounge, have some coffee, have some soft drinks, watch TV, and just sit in a comfortable area, a comfortable sofa, and just enjoy the process of going back home. It should not be a nightmare to get back on the plane to go back home. It should be something enjoyable, and we understand that. Then you have the transportation. As I said before, you will be transported in a very comfortable ride to your to and from the airport, to the clinic, to the recovery facility, and to your post op checkups. So you will always have somebody there to pick you up, and it will be your case manager. It will not be a taxi driver that does not speak your language. It will not be a driver, somebody who you will not know. It will always be somebody you have come in contact before. 99.9% of the times, that is your case manager. Sometimes the case manager cannot attend because he might have two procedures at the same time, and so. But we try to schedule everything so that one patient at a time will have the 100% of the attention of the case manager, and that happens 99.9% of the time. So it is very important to understand that you will always have your case manager with you. Now, the concierge service that we provide, um, we have 24-hour customer service available. You can call your case manager, who's always available for you. If something, if you're in pain after surgery, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you don't know where to call, you call your case manager. He'll take care of you. If you want to make different appointments, you might want to go see a dermatologist while you're here. The case manager will take care of that for you. Also, if you would like to have a tour in the city, if your surgery was minor and you'd like to go to have a coffee tour or go to a volcano or something like that, he can help you with that as well. if you want to go shopping, you want to go shopping for souvenirs and Costa Rican crafts, you can also we can also help you with that, and also reservation management. If you want to change your date, your departure date, if there's anything that you need to do, your concierge will be there to help you. Now, in terms of your recovery facility, of course, English is widely spoken at the recovery facility. These facilities have been designed specifically for patients who are recovering from surgery. So there is a 24-hour in-house registered nurse available. All meals are included, so which means you will have breakfast, lunch, and dinner that is included within the rate that is given to you. Um, the wireless internet is also free and widely available, and free long distance calls. You can call from a phone, a specific phone located at the recovery facility. You can call back home free of charge. You'll also have cable TV, and this place is just beautiful. Let me show you some photographs of it. There you go. It's called Chitica Ranch, and it's located on the outskirts of San Jose. It's about 15 minutes away from the clinic, and it's just a great, great place to recover. The weather here is around 75 degrees Fahrenheit year round. It can go down quite a bit at night, down to like the lower 60s, but it's just the perfect weather to recover from surgery. They have a great staff. They have a great group of people that work with them. And so it's just a beautiful setting to recover. This place is just on the outskirts of San Jose, like I said before, and it's right next to a national park called Braulio Carrillo, and it's right next to this national park, which is incredibly amazing. It's a huge rainforest, and so the weather here is perfect, and the natural trails where you can go and walk and take some time off to recover is perfect. So highly recommend it. Um, Talking about medical solutions, you have your case manager. Your case manager not only will help you with the smaller things, but also he or she will gather all of the necessary medical information, including medical records and photographs and special requests. He will coordinate with the doctor via email or telephone, so that you can have your conference call with the doctor to discuss prior to to your trip. You can discuss with him all your issues and special requests and concerns, and you can basically have a one-on-one conversation with the doctor. The case manager also manages the flow of information between the doctor and the patient, so that you don't have to be juggling around with when did I send this, or did I send these photographs, or did I not. You'll have somebody who coordinates that for you. Um, and also manages the flow of information between you and the doctor once you have returned home. So there has to be a couple of conference calls with the doctor after you return home and you start your second phase of recovery. That's very important. So your case manager is always there for you. Now, Unive Clinic, it's a 4 ASF accredited facility. It's a boutique clinic. It's got 4 hospital rooms. It's got 3 operating rooms, and it's just boutique, but it's perfect. It is perfect because the staff there is absolutely committed to a small number of patients. And that makes all the difference when you're recovering. When you wake up after surgery and you have a nurse that is dedicated to your case, that makes all the difference in the world. So we are very, very proud to work with Unibe. We've had tremendous results, no complications whatsoever, no complaints of any kind from our patients from working with this clinic. And the staff is just so friendly and so professional. It's just incredible. We are very proud of working with them. Um, and of course, our medical director for the Organica Aesthetic and Reconstructive Program is Dr. Rozola. Dr. Rozola is certified, board certified in the US, Europe, and in Costa Rica. He studied in France and Italy, and then he did his fellowship at the Ramsey Medical Center in New Jersey. And Dr. Rozola, he performs over 200 surgeries per year. He's very active, um, but he is probably one of the top 3 plastic surgeons in Costa Rica right now. And we're just very proud to work with him because of his human touch, and the quality of the consultation is just incredible. He's an artist, and and patients, when they leave, they are totally in shock to see a doctor that will take so much time and make so much effort to make sure that the patient is satisfied and that they come to an agreement on exactly what the patient will go through in their procedure. So it's a great thing to have such a great doctor as Dr. Rosola as our program director, and we're very proud of that too. Now, Organica is our aesthetic and reconstructive program. We designed it thinking about providing a one-stop solution for the patient. So when you talk about the all-inclusive package, we are talking about pre-op exams, doctors and anesthesiologist fees, operating room. We're talking about one night at the hospital. It's not necessary in all cases. For example, for a breast augmentation procedure, it will not be necessary, but for larger procedures, usually the patient will stay overnight at the hospital. Top quality supplies and branded medications. Now, this is very important. We have seen patients that come to us with a quote from other countries, and I will not mention them, but they're in Latin America or in Asia. Um, and they come to us, for example, with a quote for a facelift that is below cost in terms of what it costs to have this in Costa Rica. Now, I have to be very clear about this because it's very important. If you're getting a quote from one place that is significantly lower than what you know this procedure is worth, they are probably cutting some corners, and they're cutting some corners in things that are going to affect your health, and the outcome, the final result of your procedure will be at risk. So let I have to be very clear on this because my number one concern is not that you purchase or that you book your procedure with Costa Rica Health Travel. My number one concern is that we're all here in medical tourism, and each time a patient books their procedure with a company or with a doctor or with a clinic that is offering you very, very low prices, that means that somebody somewhere is cutting a corner, and that will have a direct effect on your result. So I have to be very clear on that because if health is and safety are the number one priority in medical tourism throughout the world. Every time I go to a congress, every time I speak to somebody who is in the industry, our number one concern here is patient safety. And sometimes people who or companies that are not thinking about that will come up with very ridiculous prices that will put your health at risk. Now, um, we also have Motiva branded implants in the case of patients that have a breast augmentation or other types of implants. We work with a company called Motiva. They have the best implants. Um, Included in your program is the compression garments, which usually they are not included in other programs, but we decided that this is a very good thing to include because they're kind of expensive, so they're included in the program. All post-op control appointments, transportation throughout the entire trip, and of course recovery facility. So when you book with Organica, you're getting a all-inclusive deal that will not require you to have any out-of-pocket expenses except for your complication insurance, which is mandatory in all cases, and except for your airport departure taxes, which are $28 around or around that much. And also, of course, gratuity is up to the patient if they want to give gratuity to the people who have helped them throughout the trip. That's totally optional. Um, a sample of available packages. For example, we have patients that come for liposuction in two areas. We have breast augmentation, we have breast lift, we have liposuction in four areas. We have the Brazilian buttock lift, we have tummy tucks and liposuction. We have facelift, we have the mommy makeover, and we have body lift, which can be a combination of any of these procedures that you'll see here. So, uh, Dr. Zola and his team, they offer these procedures, and we've had tremendous success with all types of procedures from smaller ones to large body lift and post weight loss surgeries where patients stay here for 25, 30 days, even 45 days, and have several surgeries throughout that time. Um, we're getting close to the end of the webinar, and I wanted to present to you today's bonus. We're offering a $300 discount on your medical tourism program that you may use towards your airfare. We understand that Airfare is is one of the important parts of traveling abroad for treatment. So we'd like to, as a token of our appreciation for coming to our webinar, we'd like to offer you this $300 discount. So if you already have your program that we have sent you in the past, um, we will apply a $300 discount to that program. But if you need to have a program developed for you, you may contact us. You may contact us. I will show you the contact information at the end. This is how the process works. Once you agree to book your procedure with us, there will be a 20% refundable deposit that is required so that we can start calling ahead to the recovery facility and to the clinic and to the different players that come into action for your program, and we can book your different procedures and your different services throughout the experience. So the 20% refundable deposit is required, and then 80% will be paid upon arrival. Your deposit can be made through PayPal. It's safe, it's convenient, so we use PayPal. And once the deposit is made, we will call you to coordinate your reservations and your itinerary to make sure that everything that you need and everything that you require in terms of dates and specific requests can be met. And also remember that passport is needed to come into Costa Rica, but no visa is required to enter Costa Rica if you are from the US or from Canada. And the next step is contact us at Andres at Costa Rica Health Travel.com, or you can give us a call at 305-517-7818. Again, it's 305-517-7818. We hope you enjoyed this information. We're very proud to offer these programs. We've had tremendous success during this 2012, and we hope to continue growing in 2013. Um, we can also put you in contact with prior patients if you'd like to get some references on our services and on their general experience. We would love to put you in contact with some of our patients, and they'll be more than happy to speak to you directly. So if you have any questions, any requests, you can contact us at at our email address or at this phone number, and we'll be more than happy to provide you with this information. So for now, it's all. We appreciate your patience and bearing with us, and we appreciate your attendance. And again, we hope to see you in the future in Costa Rica. We have some great programs available. We also have weight loss programs. We also have orthopedic programs, and of course, we have some great dental programs available for you as well. So anything we can help you with, we're always available. We're very, very committed to our work. We love what we do. And so all you need to do is contact us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, so on behalf of my team and our company, thank you again for attending. And we hope you have some great holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And may this 2013 come with many blessings for you and your family. Thank you so much, and bye bye.